Alrighty, with this new era coming up soon, the era of Myths and Legends, we have another, I don't know, let's say fake, non-canon style character, but CG is going to be adding them to the game. So, we already have the kit reveal done for Mara Jade, Skywalker, and Darth Jar Jar. Now we have Yoda, Dark Vision. So this is some goofy little hallucination type thing, I would assume, kind of like what Rey was, Dark Vision from Rise of Skywalker. One thing I'm wondering is, how is CG gonna set this up? Is this gonna be like a kit reveal, kind of like Hermit Yoda, how he doesn't really have any moves, he's just support, or is this going to be like regular Yoda and he'll actually have moves? I don't know. So let's just get it. We have unit name Yoda, Dark Vision, alignment Dark, duh. Categories, dark side, duh. Healer and a Sith. Okay, so he's a healer, and it's kind of funny for a Sith. Yoda as a Sith. He's like the most pure, iconic Jedi. It's funny to think of him as a Sith. Anyhow, though. Basic ability, Force Fisticuffs. Final text, deal special damage to target enemy twice. Okay, so he does do damage. Alright, so that answers me right away. Anyways, and daze them for 1 turn, and all Sith allies recover 10% health and protection. If target enemy is already dazed and all allies are Sith, stun them for 1 turn. During Yoda's turn, he gains 10 siphon until the end of the encounter. So that's a lot of cool stuff just from a basic. One, you get a 10%, the whole team gets a 10% health and protection recovery. Granted, 10% is not much, you know what I mean? Like, it's 10%, so if you're, like, almost dead, you're not going to be, like, doing really well. But, it's something. And it'll inflict daze. Now, if the enemy was already dazed, which I don't really know how that would happen, unless there was, like, a assist or something from a previous turn, and Darkside Yoda came as the sister and slapped that daze down then. But if it is already dazed, then they get stunned, which can't go wrong there. And then also he gains 10 Siphon, which I didn't realize he would have Siphon. I always think of Siphon as like a SLKR type thing, but, okay, cool, I guess. Anyways, synergies. Probably the best way to get Siphon stacks for Yoda and a decent recovery option for the team. Daze, which follows up with a stun, helps put your team on top after the exchange. Special one, consume my will. Oh, so he still talks the same way even though he's dark. Final text. Deal special damage to all enemies and all Sith allies recover 25% health and protection. Oh, that's good too. So 2 moves in a row that actually offer a heal. And at least this one's a little better. 25%, that's a quarter of your health. That's a lot better than 10%. Dispel all debuffs from all other Sith allies and inflict Yoda with them. Ew. So he cleans the rest of the team, but then he takes on their problems. That's kind of... I don't know how to feel about that. On one hand, it's good, helps everyone else, but it's bad. You're killing yourself. Anyways, excluding stackable debuffs. Then inflict all debuffs on Yoda on the target enemy, and dispel all debuffs on Yoda. Oh, okay, I should have finished reading it. That's actually great then. So Yoda takes a turn and slaps down the enemy with a ridiculous amount of debuffs, potentially. Yoda siphons defense from target enemy. Siphons defense, so what does that mean? Like, they lose some defense, or he increases his defense based on theirs? Like, how does that work? Oh, here we go. It says it right here. Jeez, I guess I gotta stop asking questions before I get there. So, Siphon defense. Gain a percentage of defense equal to this unit's Siphon until the end of the encounter, and the target loses that much defense. Stacking excludes raid bosses and GLs. So, gain a percentage of defense equal to how much Siphon that... Okay. And then that enemy loses it. So, that's just... So, if you have, like, 50 Siphon, that means you would gain 50% defense, and the target loses 50% defense? Is that what that's saying? Because it says a percentage of defense. I suppose that's not too bad. Synergies. Ideally, you would want to use this ability last after using the other 2 abilities, since this requires Siphon stacks to be most impactful. Sure does. But if you face a debuff-heavy team, then start with this to cleanse your allies of those negative effects and provide valuable recovery. Try to always build up Siphon stacks before using this to maximize its output. That definitely sounds like the way to go. The more Siphon you have, the more defense that you can remove from them and give to yourself. Wow, why is this such big words? Special 2. Hear me, you will. Hear me, you will. Cooldown 4 and a Zeta. Or should I say Zeta? Final text. Deal special damage to all enemies and grant target Sith ally potency up for 1 turn. Yoda stealths for 2 turns and all allies gain 2 stacks of heal over time or protection over time for 2 turns. If there is more than 1 ally present at the start of battle, target other Sith ally gains Dark Master's training until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. If all allies are Sith and the ally in the leader slot is Gungan, which would be Dark Side Jar Jar, that's literally the only option that would make sense. Inflict demoralized on all enemies for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Yoda gains 5 siphon for each ally with Dark Master's training until the end of the encounter. Why do they phrase it that way, though? Like, if the leader is Gungan, like, it's literally just Darth Jar Jar. Just say if the leader is Darth Jar Jar. I mean, there's nobody else, and it's not like there will be anyone else. Like, sometimes they use wording like that because they might introduce someone else. Darth Jar Jar is literally, like, the only dark side Gungan that we're ever gonna have. So, just say it. But anyhow, demoralized. I don't remember what that does off the top of my head, but okay, they'd all have it for 2 turns. And, yeah, Yoda gains 5 siphon from this move. So, with Dark Master's training. So, this one gives you less siphon than the basic does, but you also get this Dark Master's training thing, which Dark Master's training is minus 20% tenacity, plus 50% crit damage, defense penetration, and offense. Oh, and it says for each ally. Never mind, so it's 5 siphon for each ally. I misread that the first time around. So everybody, so how does everybody get Dark Master's training? Did it say it here? Target other ally gains. Oh, yeah, right here. Jeez, I was not paying attention when I read this. Let's just do it again. Hold on. Deal special damage to all enemies and grant target Sith ally potency up for 1 turn. Okay. Yoda stealths for 2 turns. Okay. And all allies gain 2 stacks of heal over time and protection over time for 2 turns. If there is more than 1 ally present at the start of battle, target other Sith ally gains Dark Master's training until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Now, what does Dark Master's training do? It tells us down here that it's minus 20% tenacity, but it's plus 50% crit damage, defense penetration, and offense. Okay. Now, if all allies are Sith and the ally in the leader slot is Gungan, aka Darth Jar Jar, he's literally the only option, and wow, literally the only option ever. We're not going to have another dark side Gungan. Inflict demoralized on all enemies for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Now, I don't remember what demoralized does, but okay, it's a debuff that'll last 2 turns, so that's good, I guess. Yoda gains 5 siphon for each ally with Dark Master's training until the end of the encounter. So I feel like at first this will start off kind of wussy. He's only going to gain 5 because only 1 ally will have it. But as the battle goes on and you use this turn more, then everybody should be able to get Dark Master's training, which means he can just get 20. 5 times 4 allies. It's 20 siphon max from this move. Alright, synergies. You'll always want to open with this, since having Dark Master's training opens up a lot of possibilities for that ally when paired with Learn the Darkness. You will. Well, I mean, it does a lot just in general. Yes, it reduces their tenacity, which sort of isn't good. I mean, it's not bad either, because Yoda has that one move where he steals all the buffs and then slaps it down on an enemy. But, at the same time, they need to have those debuffs, and that's not good. But it gives you plus 50% crit damage, defense penetration, and offense. It's a lot of solid boosts. So yeah, give it to your ally that hits the hardest to begin with. Now they'll just be hitting even harder. Anyways, this will also demoralize the opponents, allowing the team to go on the offensive and wipe them out early. The stealth allows him to stay on the field longer and provides support for his allies. Unique 1. Learn the darkness, you will. Final text. At the start of battle, Yoda gains Dark Master's training. Oh, you can give it to himself? I didn't think that he would be able to give that to himself. Allies with Dark Master's training gain the following benefits. Whenever they use a basic ability, they dispel all buffs from the target enemy. Whenever they use a special ability, they inflict target enemy with buff disruption for 1 turn, which can't be resisted. At the end of their turn, all Sith allies recover 15% protection. Have their health and protection recovery effects increased by 30%. Oh, so that means like Yoda's basic, how it does 10%, it would actually do 40%, and then his special one that did 25% health and protection would be 55? That's not bad. Take 35% reduced damage from enemies attacking out of turn and provoke that enemy for 1 turn. Okay, that's kind of good too. 35% reduced. That's not a lot, but hey, it's something. It makes it so then the enemy's hitting you a little more softly. Synergies. This is kind of the crux of Yoda, where allies with Dark Master's training gain tremendous benefits in any action they take. The provoke shuts down out-of-turn attack teams, and buff dispel on a basic greatly increases the value of that ability, which is often the weakest part of any character kit. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I just said, at least in terms of the heal. You know, that 10% is a lot better now. It's, what is it? It's 40%, which, okay, that's more solid. I was making fun of the 10% before. 40%, that's not bad. That's almost a 50% heal, and if you're already pretty healthy, like at 50% to begin with, and you're gaining a 40% additional heal, I don't know if that's 40% of your 50%, or if it's 40% of your total. If it's of your total, that means you're at 90% now, but if it's only 40% of your 50%, then that means you're gaining, what, an additional 20% health, so now you'd be at 70%, which still isn't bad, though. That is, you know, pretty healthy. Anyway, unique 2, you are weak, powerless. Final text, Yoda has plus 30% defense. If the ally in the leader slot is a Sith Gungan, aka Darth Jar Jar, all Sith allies have plus 100% health steal and plus 50% max health, and whenever enemies gain bonus turn meter, Yoda gains 200 speed until the start of his next turn. So he turns into a Kenyan out of nowhere. because an enemy has bonus turn meter. Whenever a Sith ally is inflicted with a debuff, Yoda gains 7% turn meter. Okay. While an enemy is debuffed, reduce their health and protection recovery effects by 30%. Okay. It's not a lot, but hey, you know, at least they're not getting as maximum as a potential health, as a potential heal as they could be. At the end of Yoda's turns, all other Sith allies gain 5% of Yoda's defense stacking until the end of the encounter. Oh, he had a Omicron on this? Did it say it? No, it didn't say anything. While in territory battles, so kind of a mid spot. You know, I guess it's not the worst. Territory war is the worst. Territory battles, yeah, it's mid. At the start of battle, all Sith allies gain 200% max protection and 80 speed. Whenever an ally is inflicted with a debuff, all Sith allies gain 5% defense stacking, max 50% for the rest of the battle. Whenever another Sith ally gains Dark Master's training, a random Sith ally who doesn't have it gets it. Well, at least that helps the team kind of gain power, and it helps Yoda a lot quicker, so that's kind of decent. Whenever a Sith ally is dazed or stunned, they dispel it, reset their cooldowns, and gain a bonus turn meter. Alright, depending on who you have on your Sith team, that could be super solid. I mean, I think the whole point of a Darth Jar Jar team is you're going to want to use all these new Sith that they're adding to the game. But, you know, think about if, like, you had Nihilus on the team. You know, dispel all these stuns and crap, reset your cooldowns, so now Annihilate is just ready to go. And you gain a bonus turn meter, so, like, you get stunned, Nihilus gets stunned, boom, dispels it, gets a bonus turn, so that means right then and there, cooldowns are reset, so now he's just going on a rampage, annihilating. It's kind of cool. The first time a Sith ally falls below 50% health, they gain damage immunity for 1 turn. Sith allies take reduced damage from percent health damage effects. Oh, that's like a thing that's in the GL kits, so that's kind of decent. I mean, granted, it's only for the Omicron, so it's not full-time bonus, but hey, it's not bad. Enemies defeated by Sith allies cannot be revived. That's also pretty solid. So I guess this is a halfway decent Omicron. I'll give it that. A lot of times these Omicrons have been kind of sucky. This one, not too bad. Especially for like a random little Marquee character. You know what I mean? It's not like this is a decent Omicron, like something that you might find on a Conquest character or something, not just a Marquee. It's not bad. Synergies. Constant turn meter gains for Yoda when Sith allies are debuffed, and bonus turn meter for enemies makes sure that spreading Dark Master's training using Hear Me You Will becomes easy, and constant defense sharing with Sith allies makes the team more resilient as the battle proceeds. Yep. And that's it. So how many moves did he have total? Or whatever in the kit. It's 5, right? Unique 2, Unique 1, 1, 2, Special 2, 3, Special 1, 4, and then the basic 5. Yeah, 5 moves. Alright. Not bad, I guess. What's the community seem to think? Excited I am. Wow, okay, so far so good. Karthik kept me busy, that's why we're like, oh. This is completely idiotic. First, a fever dream Rey that existed for 5 seconds. A flashback Leia we saw for about the same amount of time, and now a Yoda that never existed anywhere in the shows, movies, etc. Okay, I do feel where this guy's coming from. Like, I thought the Dark Side Rey was pretty stupid. I mean, it literally is a brief moment. 5 seconds? It might be 5 seconds. It might even be less. It's just a quick little hallucination that she just runs into. And then they come up with a full kit, making a conquest character, so it's like a demi-GL and stuff, and I thought, how are you even inventing all this? Like, you have nothing to work with. This is a hallucination that Rey was having while she was in the Sith world. Like, you came up with a full kit? I mean, another one I thought was stupid that he didn't mention here was how they had Stormtrooper Han. I mean, this character came out unreleased of this game, and I thought, how are you coming up with a kit for a character that was literally just like a throwaway? You know, Han was only dressed up like that as a disguise. Him and Luke, they were just wearing that stuff as a disguise so they could wander around the Death Star freely and find Leia and rescue her. And it's like, you came up with a kit? I never understood that. But yeah, these other ones are more ridiculous. Same as Leia, flashback Leia. You see that at the end of, is it Rise of Skywalker? Where you see the training montage that her and Luke are going through. And it's like, okay. And then now she's the lifter for Luke. And it's like, okay. I mean, in the flashback, they almost made it look like she was better than Luke, of course, because, oh, she's a woman. Whatever a man can do, she can do way better. So it is kind of funny that they made her be a lifter. But, yeah, so I feel where he's coming from on those two. But as far as these characters that they're making now, I don't know. I mean, they're fun. You know, they're characters that the community, or whatever, the fandom have always kind of wanted, and it's like, sure, they're not canon, they don't truly exist, but whatever. Like Darth Jar Jar, man, there's been jokes about Darth Jar Jar forever. So yeah, if CG adds them to the game, who cares? You know, it's something silly that we always joked about anyways. And if we have a Dark Side Yoda, whatever. I mean, I've seen him before. Like, this guy says he's not in the shows, movies, etc. I've seen it somewhere, though, before. This isn't, like, something that they invented. He's been in, like, a comic or something somewhere. So, whatever, make him real. It's just fun, you know? Anyways, he shows up in the Clone Wars show. Okay, maybe that's where it's from, then. A little hallucination in there. Whatever. This Yoda is a Vision Yoda fights in the Clone Wars Season 6 Will's arc. It's their first trial to him, I think. Okay, so see, he does kind of exist. Now, are they truly able to make a full kit from whatever that moment is? I don't know, but still. I mean, I get what you're saying, but he was in the Clone Wars during Yoda's arc with the Wills. Even Yoda was in the Clone Wars. Tell me you don't know all without telling me. Elite lineup for the time being. Let's see the rest now. Jedi Master Mace Windu event when? I mean, as a random side note, that has nothing to do with this kit reveal, but yeah, I do feel like that event doesn't come around that often. I'm not able to participate in it yet. I don't have enough characters beefed up and everything. But I do notice that it's always locked, and I'm like, this is kind of weird. Why does it take so long to come back around? Like, why? They don't even lock him down. Like, I mean, he's not even that good. I mean, like, it's weird that they lock him down this hard. Jedi Master Mace is mid. I defeat him easily all the time. Like, what the fuck is no ball? Speak English. Okay, I feel ya. I understand what this dumb no ball nonsense is from, like, TikTok comments and everything, but, I mean, at the same time, this guy does have a point. Like, that's not proper grammar. Huge W so far. CG, keep him coming. Best character releases in Coliseum history so far. A dark side version of Yoda appeared to Yoda in Season 6, Episode 12, The Clone Wars, also for a brief amount of time. What is the ideal team for this tune? It would be to be with all these new dark side characters that they're releasing, I'm pretty sure. You know, they have the Ronin, they have Jackson something, they have Dark Side Vision, Star Killer Luke. They have this Yoda, and then Darth Jar Jar. That's your 5. Dark Side Yoda was explored in the Dark Rendezvous novel. Dooku thought you could turn him, only to realize that if Yoda turned to the dark side, neither Palpatine or anyone in the galaxy would be saved. But I guess you know ball, chap. Yeah, that's true. If Yoda was dark side, he's like, he is the light side, so if he became the dark side. Not feeling this one as much. Darth Jar Jar and Dark Yoda at once is too much. Not really. It's okay. He was animated when Yoda met the spirit of Bane. You don't have to unlock him if it means that much to you. Actually, you do have to unlock him. You kind of don't have a choice, right? With how this new system works, they kind of just force it on you. So even if you don't participate in the Coliseum and stuff, at the end of the era, you're still going to get him. He just won't be very juicy. Language evolves. Yeah, well, this is more like devolving. Saying no ball isn't really evolving. I guess I missed that Clone Wars episode then. That's on me. CG giving us random trash tunes to fill an error instead of developing long ignored tunes that fans are actually asking for is on them, though. There are already tons of long-time players leaving the game because of each error, and each update makes the game worse than the last. I wouldn't blame it on the errors. I would blame it on the game itself, though. This game really, really, really does suck nowadays. I absolutely hate it. I've said this tons of times. I want more than anything to just quit it. The only reason I don't is because, A, I made this channel. I make these videos, and I feel like if I quit, what then? And B, I mean, I put so much time and effort into this game over the past, almost 11 years, like, I feel like it would just be a waste to quit. What's worse is this isn't a physical thing, you know, it's just a digital online game, so it's like, if I quit, I don't know, it just doesn't feel the same. Like, at least if I'm playing a game at home, and it's physical, and I get mad at it, and I quit it, I can take it out of the console, put it in its case, and put it on the shelf, and it just sits there, and it's fine. Someday I can come back to it and pick up where I left off. No big deal. This game, though, I feel like you can't do that, because A, I don't have anything to put on a shelf. There is nothing ever that was on a shelf. And if I quit it, you can't really just come back, because then you lose everything. Your guild kicks you out because you're inactive. Now you fall behind on the time, so now all the new characters that get released you don't have. You also have been making no progress on your characters all along, so now you're just behind in general. You know, even if you quit at a high GP, like 15 million GP, well, people that were 12 million GP were weak compared to you. But now you don't play, but they still are. Now they're catching up. Maybe you come back to the game and they're 14.5 million GP. Well, now they're at the same level as you just about. And they have a ton of new characters that you don't have, and so it's not the same. You can't just quit. So that's why I keep going. And all I keep thinking is either A, I hope this game gets better, or B, I hope they just get shut down themselves, like DC Legends did, like Simpsons Tapped Out did. Just, you know, turn off the server and call it a day. And then I don't have to play this stupid thing anymore. But until then, ugh. Yeah, what's next? Jedi Master Papa Palp? I don't think Papa Palp ever really was a Jedi Master, or a hallucination anywhere. I'm pretty sure he's always been just the dark side guy, so I don't think that could happen. R2 and 3PO become murder bots? In a way, we do already have that. We have 000 and BT, whatever his name is. They work under Afra, but to me, they look like dark side versions of them, too. I'll fall off my couch if they raid the mod cap or release a new raid that is like the Sith raid and is actually something to look forward to, and we can use every single toon on our roster. What I think would be cool and simple for them to do to just make a little bit of an improvement to the game is if they just increase the level cap. Don't do mods. I don't care about mod. Well, I guess the mod cap in terms of your inventory, because what is it? You can only hold 500 and then you're maxed out, so that's annoying. So yeah, maybe increase that to like 1500. But I think they need to increase the level. Level 85 has been the max level for like the last 9 years or something like that. Like, I remember when they increased it, and it's just been there forever. So, you know, I think they should bring it to 90 or 95 now. Like, that's just an easy way to make... I feel like that's an easy way to make a change to the game. You know what I mean? You're not... For CG's part of things, they don't have to work on a character's kit. They're not coming up with a new character. They're not coming up with a new game mode or anything. All it is they're making it so that now, instead of stopping at 85, you stop at 95. Okay. Put in a little algorithm for how the stats improve over those 10 levels. Boom, done. I feel like it's a simple little update that they could do. And everybody would be able to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be like Whales and Krakens only are getting this new character at 7 stars, Relic 7. No, it'd be everybody could get your characters up to level 95. Granted, you have enough currency and training droids, which I'm pretty sure I have enough of both. I have $2.05 billion in this game. And training droids, pretty sure I have tons. I mean, we get the events every every day, every week, whatever, and they give you more, and I don't need them, so they're just stockpiling. So, you know, give us a way to use that crap too, instead of it just building up for no reason. Anyways, there's more comments, but they seem to be just arguing with that one guy that said that the dark side Yoda isn't a real thing and blah blah blah. So anyways, we'll just end it there. But yeah, so thanks for checking this out. I think dark side Yoda does sound halfway decent. I like his heals, his cleansing abilities, his ability to put many debuffs on an enemy, his turn meter boost, his Omicron is solid. Sounds like a halfway decent character. And it sounds like he'll work pretty decently under Darth Jar Jar as well. So, pretty good combo starting out so far. Anyhow, I guess that's all I got. So, thanks for listening to this with me. And until next time, I said see ya.